Hello, everyone. Good evening. So, welcome to our success stories, like what I announced. Actually, straight from Tanya interview. So now I'm doing success story for Charlie. So let's congratulate Charlie. Charlie, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, guys. Hi, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So yeah, a little bit background again. Where are you right now? Sa ka nag-take? Computer or paper-based?
Okay. Okay. Before anything else, well, I'm very grateful to be here. It's such an honor to be interviewed by Sir Jeff and to share my story behind this IELTS, this hurdle that we are all facing. Well, I'm here in Dubai. And actually, I just finished my duty, and Sir Jeff told me that, well, I need to do this. and um, I took the paper base since I'm not good in typing in computer, and my penmanship as well is not that legible, but it's readable. So, well, I don't have any option than to choose the paper base.
Mm.
Yeah.
Where
And I
did you
took it
yeah.
last August 15. So it's a 14 days waiting. It's not really what they call that. Um,
Uh,
it's not good to wait for such
yeah.
a long time.
Waiting
But
game.
yeah, it's worth the wait, guys.
Okay. So yeah, where did you took it? Are you under IDP, British Council?
IDP, and it's my first time to take IELTS.
Wow, grabe no. So yeah,
Yeah.
so now ito, the most common or important part. How did you prepare for your exam? How long? Gaano ka intense?
Well, we know very well that it's a very busy month for us nurses because we are facing this pandemic, and we rarely have an off, even me as well. So I reviewed for 1 month and a half. So, but prior to that month, I already started to read because I'm a bookworm. So that's one of my hobby, and I'm very confident in writing. So I didn't really took much of time in reviewing the writing because I'm very confident of myself that I can do that module, even though I will not review that much. But for the speaking, which it's not really my cup of tea, especially here in Arab country, we use Arabic as our mode of communication to our patients. So before I was good in English, but when I started to work here, I didn't know what happened to my English. It became poor, really. Yes.
Deteriorating.
Yeah, really, it became detrimental.
Detrimental effect. But see,
Yes,
okay. So look at you now. You pass. Eto here.
yes.
If you don't mind, could you share your score?
Okay. Well, I'm not shy to share my
Yes.
score. Okay. But I'm very grateful because I had 7 for my speaking, and listening was 7.5, and both reading and writing was 6.5. So
Wow.
my overall score is 7.
Wow,
Yeah,
congratulations.
I just received the result this morning around 11. So I was over the moon. So, I couldn't contain the joy because after all the hardships, the dedication, the determination, we, I pass.
Okay. How did you prepare? What are your resources? Who are you talking with?
Okay. Well, my resources for the 3 modules is the IOT. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's IELTS online
Test.
test.
Yep.
It's for free. I didn't attended any review center. I did a self review. Yes, and also I took the chance to participate and volunteered myself to Sir Alexander twice and to Ma'am Mandy.
Yeah.
For Sir Alexander, before I took the exam, because my exam was Saturday, so I participated and volunteered on the Friday before that day. So it's he said who wants to volunteer. It's I will call the last person, and I really raised my hand. I was consistent in raising my hand for me to be noticed by Sir Alexander. And finally, he said, "Okay,
Mhm.
let's call Charlie." Yeah,
It's like your
and
step.
yeah, and I watch a lot of videos in YouTube with Ito Language, Sir Chris, and Asha. And I follow the technique of Sir Alex, Sir Chris for writing, for technique
Wow.
and essay. Yes.
Hmm. So
He's a
how about your writing? Is there someone checking your handwriting job?
no, nobody check my writing. Nobody ever, never.
Because you're not
Yeah.
enrolled.
Yes, I'm not enrolled. And for the speaking, well, I'm very
Mm.
thankful with my speaking buddies. My
Oh,
first buddy was from Japan. It's Sir Jason. And after that, our group grew into probably 10 to 15 person. And we do daily practice. We don't miss a day without practicing.
how many
So
hours?
how many hours? Well, because I'm doing 12-hour shifts, so it's the good thing for my work is I do have a lot of break time. So I use those in practicing. Yeah, probably like 6 hours a day. Yeah, up and rising in the morning, while taking my lunch in the afternoon, and before sleeping. So that's my daily routine for 1 month and a half.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
modified it and then incorporate IELTS in your daily life.
Yes, of course. And yeah, that's my first thing in the morning. Well, I focus on listening as well because I heard from Sir Luis in what's his review center 9.9. Sir Luis, the
Luis.
one who the one
Philip?
from 9.9.
Philip?
I don't know. I'm not.
Is that Philip?
No, no, it's the other one.
I'm not
Nine
sure.
nine nine. Yeah, Eh,
999.
he said
Okay.
that. Yeah, he said that just focus on listening and writing. Yeah, but you need to do. I mean, you need to uh, what do you call that? You need to review also the two modules, which is the reading and writing. But when you know yourself that you're not really good in speaking, then you should practice every day and focus on listening as well, because our major requirement is the speaking. We need to score 7, so that's the most significant module that we need to review.
Okay. So now we will move on the actual exam. So please tell us about your actual listening and reading exam during the
Okay.
day.
During the day, of course, I was so nervous before taking the exam. So I before the exam, because I was there 1 hour before the exam. So I just called my friend and spoke with in English, and I keep on talking for me to to divert my feeling. I'm so nervous. I'm chilling, and well, thank God I was calmed. And my first was the listening. I just focused, I just focused on the listening part. I didn't mind my seatmate or the people inside the room, because I think we are 10 in the room. So I didn't mind them. I just focused on the listening. And the good thing was, for me, it was easy because more are on multiple choice, one word, fill in the blank, and there's also a direction, which direction. And the last part, was 2 words. And yeah, so it's more on hotel, something like that. Yeah, hotel and science, and the two, what they call that, two person, I mean
Yeah,
two
two person
students talking with
talking
each
to.
other. Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, and then I'm
reading,
sorry.
reading.
Well, in reading, well, I got 6.5 because it was very tough. It was a long passage from part 1 to part 3. So I had hard time in finding the answers because it's more on paraphrasing. It's not really exact, the sentence in the question. It doesn't match the one in the passage. So we need to really skim or scan. I didn't read the whole passage. I just scan and skim. I followed the technique of Asha.
Mm.
Yeah, Asha in YouTube.
Yeah,
That's
IELTS
what I
fast track.
that's,
Yeah, Asha is IELTS
yeah,
fast track. Yeah.
yeah. And then for the writing, well, I started in part one, in task one, and my task is to compare the part before 1980 and then the part today.
Mm.
So when I need to locate the west, the east, the north, in the south. I thank God because prior to that exam day,
You
I
practice.
listened to. No, I didn't practice. I listened to Sir, what's his name? Sir Luis again. Sir Luis. He said that for the direction you need to memorize the news technique. From the top it's north, and then in here east, and then west, and then south. Just memorize the acronym news. So that's what
Okay.
I did. I just wrote the news, and then I said, well, before I first
Describe.
described the before 1980, before describing the park today, and then at the end I summarize it, the very significant features. And of course, I wrote my overall first, and I paraphrased the what they call
Question.
that, the
Question.
question.
Topic.
And
Okay.
in my task, yeah, I was able to finish my task one for 25 minutes. 25 minutes. And then for task two, I was my I think that was fossil fuels. If my memory serves me well, I think the question was some other countries is using fossil fuels as a main source of energy, while some other countries are using alternative sources such as coal, no, such as water and wind as an alternative. So, to what extent it is negative or positive improvement? It was my first time to encounter that question. I don't have any idea on how to answer that. So I think what I did was I followed. I mean, I assumed that it's like, do you, uh, to what extent? So do I agree that it is a positive or negative improvement? So what I did, I think what I said was, I highly, I highly agree that it is very beneficial that there should be an alternative resources for energy such as wind and water, because those fossil fuels are getting extinct nowadays. And then after that, I I uh, I wrote all the positive impact of that alternative source resources. I never described the negative. All just the positive. I mean, and then of course I wrote my conclusion.
Okay.
So thank God I was able to finish on time.
So now we'll move on your speaking. Who's your examiner?
Yeah,
What he looks like or she looks like? Where is she from?
well, before before going to the to the room, before she called me, that lady called me, I was singing, I was singing a praise and worship song because I'm really chilling, I'm really I'm so nervous.
Nervous.
I got butterfly on my tummy. So I just keep on singing, and then finally the one in the room got out, and then she called me, Charlie, you're next. And then I sat there, and then, hello, how are you? Well, I'm good. I'm so delighted to be with here you today, I just said. And then she smiled a bit. She's an old lady, a British nationality. So most of the questions that I encountered were very common because I encountered this during my practice. And
Part one.
I think, yeah, my part one was about gift. What's the best gift that you receive? Do you think that people nowadays are spending too much money in buying gift? And what was the last gift that you give to your friend? So, and then the
Okay.
other one was, do you, uh, are you good in buying gifts? Is that-
Okay.
And then the other one was about the accommodation that I live in today, and then the describe the house or the home that you lived during when you were a child. When you were a child,
Part
I
two.
didn't really.
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, it's and there's also about love. Yeah, it's all about love as well.
Okay.
And then part two, describe an occasion that you wore your best clothes.
Mm.
And good thing I encountered these three times. He asked me three times these questions during our practice, but I didn't. Well, they said that when you took the exam, do not show that
Like it's
the
scripted.
question,
Yeah.
or yeah, it's
Well
scripted. You
prepared or
need to
rehearsed. Mm.
give an emotion, something like that, and try to think a little before before answering, something like that. And you need to have that intonation, if it's happy, if it's sad, something like that. You need, because the I didn't forget to have an eye to eye contact with my examiner, so I can see if she smiles and if she's confused. If she's confused, I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, because her face is confused. So I immediately said that what I'm trying to say is something like this. So don't forget to have eye to eye contact with your examiner.
Okay.
Yeah.
On
And
your
the part three was a little bit tough because I never encountered this during my practice. It's about designer. She said, "Do you think that clothes designer nowadays are being considerate to the environment?" And I said, I'm not really sure if I can give you a very detailed answer to that question. But as far as I'm concerned, I think they are getting considered because they are using organic materials nowadays, something like that. I didn't give examples. I didn't expanded well my answer in part three. Yeah. And the rest was about formal clothes. Do you think, I know, um, do people in your country wears formal formal clothes, and what occasion they wear formal clothes, something like that. So I give some examples as well, but I'm very sure that I didn't really expanded
oh,
my answers.
oh.
And when it comes to my vocabularies, well, maybe I just use around 10 vocabularies. Yeah. And for the idiomatic expression, well, I just mentioned in part one, I said, I believe that laughter is the best medicine. So every time that my friends and I are having a bonding together, we used to crack jokes, something like we used to crack jokes. and we laugh out loud sometimes. So yeah, it's not. I mean, IELTS, it's not that tough as we thought. So it's more on fluency and the confidence that we have, because the examiner are really good in spotting if we are, if we are nervous, if we are, if we're not very confident. So just, just sit there and have your good posture, and then talk like you are talking to a friend or to your mom or to your dad. So I just imagined that my examiner was my speaking buddy. So I felt just relaxed, and I just keep on smiling, and I never showed that I'm nervous,
Oh, yeah.
except from the beginning that I'm really nervous. Yeah.
Maybe during your exam, it's like you are right now, like smiling
Yeah.
and happy.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. And then if yeah, the good. I mean, the secret is just focus on the face of your examiner, and just keep on smiling, and because you know if your examiner is contented with your answer and also confused with your answer. So if her face is wrinkled, it means she's confused. So at least you can say that, oh, maybe there's something wrong on what you said. So you can change, like, what I'm trying to say is something like this.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. So now we will move on to our question and answer from the viewers. Thank you so much for coming in, 27 participants, including
Wow.
me
Thank you so much,
and
guys.
Jeffrey, including me and Charlie. So first question from Jenny Vergara. Congrats, ma'am. Did you wear mask? Where did you take the
Yes.
exam?
Yeah. It's mandatory to wear a mask, but my examiner was wearing a face shield. Um, and then I asked the other invigilator for my other modules, can can I remove my mask during the speaking? And then she said, no, it's a mandatory to wear your mask. She said, so I never took off my mask. So it's like face to face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jenny, she took her exam in Dubai, IDP. So that's in the
IDP.
UAE.
Yeah.
So guys,
Paper base.
if you have question, you can unmute your mic. Okay. So while waiting
Yeah.
for the question, but I encourage everyone, this is the best time for you to ask question if you have confusion with the exam or tips. Um, okay, this is my question. Um, so during the last night before your exam, what did you do?
Well, I just listened to the main pointers for the writing, because I didn't really review for the writing because I'm really confident. I'm really confident with writing. So I just listen to some technique, to some tips, something like that. So I remember that news, that north, east, west, south from Sir Louis. So that's the last uh, tips that I heard before sleeping. Well, I slept well. I didn't bother myself with with the incoming exam, because I thought that if I will not sleep well, then definitely I will be affected. So I really tried my best to sleep. And then also, that was Friday, and here in UAA, it's a church day. So I went to the church. There was an event, and I volunteered myself to be the master of the ceremony, because there's a one guy who will go to the Philippines, and then we need to give give him a celebration as a send off party. So I was the master of the ceremony. I volunteered myself because it's supposed to be my church mate, but I said, can I volunteer myself? I need to
I need
I need
this.
to do this because yeah, I need this. And don't mind me. I will be speaking in English, while describing this person who will be delivering their message to this person, because the what we call the program was, there will be person who will be talking about that guy who will be going to the Philippines. So I use a lot of vocabularies in describing them, some adjectives. So they are just keep on laughing, and I don't mind. because that's my last chance to, to practice. And after that celebration, that was Friday, so there was a mock test with Sir Alexander also. So I volunteered myself again to Sir Alexander to have the last mock exam with him.
Okay. So I have
So
question from chat box from
mhm.
Kenjel. What are your sources, ma'am, of for review?
As what I mentioned a while
Yeah.
back, it's only the IoT site that's really helpful. That is really
How do you
helpful
find that?
because
Ah, it's quite tough, di
it's
ba?
for free.
Medyo
Yeah,
mahirap
it's
doon, di
it's
ba?
really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very tough, and I really got 6 or 6.5 for my reading and for my listening. It's really tough. So I didn't expect that I will get 7.5 for my listening. But
Okay.
maybe because I was trained to do such a tough in listening, that's why I had that
Okay.
score.
So okay, there's one question. Go, Rose Tanasio, please unmute your mic.
Hello, ma'am. First of all, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you so much, Mom Rose.
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask about the speaking because my problem is pronunciation. When I did the two speaking, what is this session?
Mm-hmm.
They have. Are they looking on more on pronunciation, or you just keep
Yeah,
on
I
talking
think
when you did the
yeah,
exam?
I think that's one of the thing that
One
we are looking for us, our pronunciation. They need to understand your words.
Mm,
So you need to open your mouth. There's a lot of
okay.
videos in YouTube wherein um, you can watch. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot
Mm,
of tips on how to pronounce words correctly because it's really significant for us to pronounce those words. Yeah, for them to understand
okay.
us. Yeah. And it's one
Okay.
of the major problems others are failing because of the pronunciation. Yeah.
Okay.
Before also, I had a problem with my pronunciation, but I indulged myself watching a lot of English movies, and then whenever they are saying something, I repeated it, and yeah, and also in the Google, I Google a words when I can't pronounce well. Yeah, and it really helps.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the tips,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes. Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Rose. There's one question from I think
Also,
this is
sir,
Rin. Thank you, Rose. Is your speaking in other areas happen just one day?
Yeah, it's one day only. After my LWR, I had 1 hour break. Yeah, before my speaking, so it's only one day.
Oh,
Yeah, and I didn't took my lunch. I just ate chocolate. Yeah,
okay. I
because
hope
that's lunch. Yeah.
okay, so we just only have 10 minutes left. Kanchel, did we answer your question? Because she said that I mean the source of the source of review po. I think she's okay.
Yes,
Go,
sir.
Kanchel.
Yes, sir.
What's
Thank
your
you. Sorry,
question?
I'm outside eh.
That's
That
why.
one, what is it? Is it IDP or IoT? I just misheard it because I'm
Yeah.
outside.
IOT.
Congrats,
Yeah.
ma'am, Charley.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. So yes, if you can ask question, but I will give this opportunity for the last time. Charlie, if you want to say thank you to everybody, especially you can mention their names, especially your
Yeah.
group mates.
Okay. Again, first of all, I want to thank God for this. Well, without Him, this is not became possible. And what I want to say is just believe in yourself. Yes, because no one will believe on yourself than you. And when you're in that exam center, you need to face because that's your day. So just claim it and do your best. And then also, I want to thank my speaking buddies. Well, I don't know if they are listening.
They can
Thank you
watch
so
this.
much. Yeah, thank you so much. Well, they are Sis Doreen, Sir Nas, Sir Jason. He was my first speaking buddy from Japan. And also Nurmita from Singapore. Also, I'm very thankful to Master Dan. Well, he became a very helpful as well, especially in the speaking part. Uh, he gave us that confidence, because when we met him for the first time, he was very confident, and it's like he was very expert, but it's not, because he is also learning, but because of his confidence, we were inspired. So I'm very thankful, Sir Don, Sir Ma'am Rhoda, who else? Netra also from India, and who else? Jeff, Sir Poy. I forgot. I don't know, but I'm really grateful to the person. Yeah, you're part of my success. Thank you so much. To God be the glory. And again, I will just share one verse in Philippians Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. He said that um, we can do all things through Christ who gave us strength. So I know that you guys are preparing this exam, yeah. So just do your best in practicing. Very indeed that hard work paid off at the end. So don't stop, don't give up. If you already took the exam before, just try your best again, second time to take the exam. But look, pass. Right?
Yep.
Pass. And it is such an inspiration because they also have their own testimony, and they said that it's really the dedication, the determination, and the focus. That's the main secret to pass this IELTS. And I myself never thought that I will pass, because as what I mentioned, I always use Arabic language every day. So my English were affected. But I'm
Oh,
very thankful. I'm very thankful. Yeah. Thank you so
okay.
much.
And also to this group, if you can encourage them, because most of the people, they are shy, they don't want to participate.
Yeah. Yeah, before also I was very shy, especially in expressing myself. But I thought that, well, I will not I will not pass if I will be shy. So I just need to be open and be confident, and believe that I can do it. Because when other did it, of course I will do it myself as well. So that's what I thought. That's my thought, and it really worked. When you believe in yourself, you can ace this IELTS. It's just an English. We Filipinos are good in English, and our English language is accepted all around the world, so there's no reason for us not to pass this IELTS. Yeah, and it's just a matter of working hard, and practicing consistently, and don't give up. Don't be afraid to fail, because in failure we will after we face that failure, we will rise again, and face this, because we cannot pursue our American dream or every dream that we have if we will not pass this IELTS. So if there are some participants here in the Zoom who already took exams many times, don't be discouraged. Instead, just keep going, believe in yourself, have faith in God especially, and just entrust everything in Him. Nothing is impossible to God, because there's a lot of testimonies that can testify that he is really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Thank you so much.
Do you have any more question, guys, before we end this meeting? So, yeah, I think we just only have 3 minutes, less than 4 minutes left. So, again, to everyone, to all the members, like what Charlie said, just keep on practicing, because you cannot, you
Mhm.
know, You cannot go past with this if you will not try or if you will not
Yeah.
put a lot of hard work. And to
Mhm.
Charley, congratulations again.
Thank
You
you so much,
imagine
sir.
this? Nag-prepare ka nito eh. Sabi ko mag-prepare ka.
Yes. So you just keep on, what they call that, keep on chatting me. Are you prepared now? Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so dream for your success story because it will happen.
Yes.
So
Thank you
again,
so much for this opportunity.
yeah. So thank you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much.
Charlie. Congratulations. And good evening, everyone. And stay safe. Bye.
Thank you so much, guys. God bless you all.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Okay.